So, I've got an idea for this video. Well, I know, an idea. What? Rather than me just putting the camera on and being an idiot for the whole thing. Anyway, this idea. It's a big one, actually. It's huge. But the only problem is that I can't seem to get my words out properly. I've been planning this for 2 days, writing notes after notes after notes, and I can't seem to round it off into a video that portrays what I want to say. I want this video to be epic. I want this video to make you see things differently. But as always, I know that I take a while to get to my point, so please bear with me because I know the good stuff's going to be at the end. This video is inspired by the jeans that I found a couple of weeks ago. Here are 2 pairs of jeans. The ones on the left were my biggest at a weight of 315 pounds, and the ones on the right were my smallest jeans at 167 pounds. Let's get on with the video. So here I am, weighing 315 pounds and looking pretty lost in my boyfriend at the time's bathroom. When I look at this photo now, it just makes me think, why? How? Just how? How did I get from this? I know, I was super cute, right? To this. And even when I had summoned everything that I had to get down to this, I still felt like I was big. I still felt like I needed to lose weight, and I still wasn't at the happiest place I could be. All of these clips that I'm showing you here fill me with sadness because I look back now and I looked freaking epic. But guess what? I still felt huge. Everyone thinks that weight loss is a physical challenge, but it isn't. It's a mental one. At the end of 2016, when I was still living at home, I had a little semi-breakdown. I haven't actually spoken about this before on my channel, but I feel like it's about time to. It was an accumulation of a few things: a toxic relationship, issues with friends, self-doubt, and goodness knows what else, that I felt like I had kind of hit rock bottom. This led me to finding a female group counselling course that lasted 30 weeks. Going into this, I had no idea what would happen during the time. I mean, 30 weeks is like 3/4 of a year. It was overwhelming, but it was exciting as well. I learned a lot about myself during that 30-week course. I learned that I like to deflect a lot. I would always get told off for talking about someone else rather than myself. I also learnt, which I already knew, that I'm incredibly inappropriate. This came after one of the ladies there who was constantly complaining about her husband. I told her to change the locks when he was out one day, and I got a disapproving look from the counsellor at that point. The most important thing I realised about myself during that 30-week course was the fact I was scared. I was scared of living. Now, I don't mean that in a way of I wanted to end my life. I was scared of what I could achieve, and that fear was what was holding me back. I was scared of living my life. The first time I lost weight, it was obsessive, it was restrictive, it was the only way I thought that there was. And all of that led me to rebelling so much against myself, I put some of the weight back on again. As I was writing this video, I had the stupidest little idea in my head of, say there's a little UFO of aliens, and bear with me here. Say there's a little UFO of aliens and they come into our atmosphere somewhere and they have a little scan of Earth and they see all these Earthlings, the 8 billion of us that are on this planet, and they see that probably 99.9% of us give our self-worth on how much we weigh. We have so much potential, but yet we are ruining our lives with the number that it says on the scale, with how we look in the mirror. Surely life is about more than this. Life is about more. I just had a funny image of aliens on a spaceship laughing. But anyway, since realising that so much of my life was led by fear, and I was just so scared of failure, I was so scared of so many things, it made me want to learn more about myself, push my brain more, and find out more about who I am. It's led me to find a few books that I've absolutely loved. I'll share them below. I'm going to do a video about that soon. But this brings into my mind a few more questions. So this is where the video gets a little bit hairy, and I don't really know where it's going to go because I just want to say so many things and they all kind of like overlap, and then I just end up like going, "Wah." Anyway, so I want you to get a piece of pen and paper and write this down. Write down these questions, and I want you to think about the answers. What is living to you? What is living your best life? Are you doing that? Are you living the best version of yourself? Are you pushing yourself to the next step? Do you know what your goals are? Are you working towards them? So many of us, me included in the past, have got into a routine and you live a certain life for a year. Can you live the same year in, year out, and call that a life? Not progressing. And it's just incredible how much our mind holds us back because of fear. This all comes back to fear. Weight stays on our bodies because we are scared of our capabilities, or we aren't making our goals big enough in our heads and actually believing in ourselves that we can push forward and make these dreams a reality. The whole binge eating disorder and food obsession that I was left with after my weight loss was a cause of fear, because I suddenly realised that I had all this life and potential in front of me, and what do? I don't know how to deal with it because I was just so scared. So in came my binge eating disorder because it gave me something else to hide behind. Food obsession isn't real. I really believe that. It's not real. It's just a product of fear that is probably going to completely divide opinion. And please feel free to comment below with what you think about that. But I truly believe, for me, it was a result of fear. Binge eating disorder is just where your brain is programmed wrong because it thinks if you binge a couple of times that it's what you should do to survive because it's in the habitual side of the brain. It's not something that's wrong with you. Trust me, it's not something that's wrong with you. I want to talk about goals and I want to talk about dreams, and that may make your eyes roll, I don't know, but I didn't have goals in my head. When I was losing weight, my life was, what am I eating? Has it got carbs in it? Has it got this in it? Has it got that in it? And I was so absorbed by the weight loss, fitness, food industry that I didn't have my head outside of that. I was just immersed in all this obsession, this restriction, that as soon as I got to my said weight, I had a bit of like a holy crap moment, because I was like, how do I function as a normal human? Society gets us to be so obsessed with appearance through what we see in the media, what we see every single day on social media and everywhere. It gets us obsessed with appearance that we don't understand our body and mind, and that leads to an unhealthy relationship with food and exercise. Why are we not focused on a bigger picture? Why are we not focused on self-improvement more? Why do we not follow our goals? Why do we spend every single day manically obsessing about food, manically obsessing about what we put in our bodies, manically restricting ourselves from foods we want? How can we expect our bodies to follow suit if we're saying, I can't have that, I can't have that? And as soon as you have a bit of a break, you think, I want that, you eat it, then you feel bad, and it's such a circle. How can we live our lives this way? This year, I've got completely rid of all of the kind of diet and exercise stuff, and I am living my best life. At the beginning of the year, when I followed my first goal, that was a massive one, and I moved out of home, that gave me so much more confidence. And then I thought, right, what kind of dream job do I want? I got that. Then with all that confidence, I managed to find my love, and it's all rolling together. I pushed myself. Dreams only work if you work for them. They will not work if anyone else tries to do it for you. You are in control of your own life. But then there's a complete flip side of the question. Are you ready to get rid of your fat? Are you ready to take responsibility for your life? Before you answer that quickly and say, of course I am, think about it. Fat is comfortable. Fat means you can make excuses. Fat means you get sympathy. Fat means you can hide away and not get into relationships and possibly not get hurt. Fat means that you can not live your life and therefore you cannot fail because you didn't try. Is that enough for you? Is that enough? If you say, yes, I'm happy to not push myself and I'm happy to constantly blame, I'm happy to constantly push myself down and down and down and down, then fine. But we get one life. The most expensive thing in this world is time. Why do we waste time being scared? Why are we all so scared of failure? 80% of us don't even write down our goals. The other day I was doing this. I was filling in something and it said, write down your biggest goal, even if it scares you. I wrote down that goal and it actually brought a tear to my eye because I was like, crap, I've just made that real. That is such a powerful thing. That is me getting a bit of paper and writing something on it. You have so much power in your body, and are you going to sit there on your butt and not take responsibility for your life? I want you to write down these questions. Are you ready to give up being fat? Are you ready to take responsibility for your life? Are you ready to live? What would be your dream life? What would be the ideal way you'd be living? You may be living in a city and you'd be like, I would love to live by the sea. Or you may be in a job that doesn't fulfill you or whatever, and you've got an idea of where you want to be. What is your next step? Even if you can't imagine where you're going to be in 5 years' time, where do you want to be next week? If you're not happy, why waste these precious years? Why waste them? Right now, I am not at my lowest weight. I weigh about 200 and something pounds, I'm not sure. But I am living my best life because I have dropped my obsession with food. I eat because I eat what I want because it makes me happy. I exercise and I move my body because it makes me happy. I drink the water because it makes me happy and it fulfills me and it makes me feel like I'm doing a good job. Do things that make you happy. Research things. I'm going to put a list of books that I've been using recently that have changed my life. Just focus on you. Life isn't about surrounding yourself in a little bubble of food, self-doubt and fear and not living. Focus on you. Well, that got a bit intense, didn't it? Anyway, hello. Thank you so much for listening to me today. You're not even watching me, you're listening to me. I hope this has actually even worked. I don't really know. I don't really know if it has, but hey, let's see. If you would like to hear more of my voice or see more of my face, I have a Patreon. The link is below. You can get different things with me. You can get motivational Skype dates. You can get the works. Just go over there, check it out. Link is below. Follow me on all social media and everything like that. Anyway, thank you so much for watching today. Keep losing, keep smiling, and I will see you next week. But you can't see me do that, and this is kind of strange. Goodbye. Mwah.